Lost at sea 1 year later. This weekend marks 1 year since an off-duty Jacksonville firefighter and his friend were lost at sea. It's a story that gripped our community for weeks, months. People are still talking about it now. Heather Crawford joining us live tonight from Port Canaveral, where the men went fishing and never returned. And Heather, I saw on your Twitter, and I can see behind you now, that people are gathering there today to remember them.
That is exactly right, Anthony. And you know, I've been talking to Brian McCluney's wife, Stephanie McCluney, and she told me this weekend really is bittersweet. You know, she has been dreading this week, marking 1 year since her husband vanished, but at the same time looking forward to gathering together. You can see all the people behind us. Brian McCluney's friends and family coming together here tonight at the beach at Jetty Park in Port Canaveral to paddle out into the water where he and his friend were last seen a year ago. They're coming together to remember the two firefighters, to place flowers in the water, to pray together, and to share memories of them. Now, McCluney and Virginia firefighter Justin Walker put their small boat in the water near here at Port Canaveral and went out for a day of fishing, but they never returned home. And that sparked a massive search that spanned from Central Florida to New England, with the Coast Guard, Jacksonville Fire Rescue, and hundreds of volunteers in their own boats and planes. The only sign ever found of the men was Brian McCluney's small tackle bag, discovered floating in the water off the coast of St. Augustine a few days after they went missing. Now, other than that, there have been no clues as to what happened to these two beloved firefighters. Stephanie told me that her faith in God really is what has gotten her through this past year. Take a listen.
Not having answers to so many questions. I don't need the answers because it's protection. I'm viewing it as protection. I can't bear the weight. He can. So let him take it. I mean, that's my biggest thing. Like, we don't have to have the answers. We don't need them. We just need trust that he's got it.
Now, the Jacksonville Fire Rescue family has really taken Stephanie and her two young children under their wings through this all. And I had a chance to talk with Fire Chief Keith Powers, and he told me that she really has been a huge support for the firefighters as well.
She had this made for me, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's a leather Bible that's got the JFRD emblem on it and my name at the bottom. And she wrote a very special note, which I don't want to get into inside it, but that's just how she is. I mean, she's taking care of me when I should be taking care of her.
Her faith just simply is remarkable. And so tonight on First Coast News at 11, Stephanie McCluney opens up about what this past year has really been like for her and for her 7-year-old son and 9-year-old daughter. And now out here live in Port Canaveral, you can see about 50 people. We're going to be gathering here tonight. You may be able to see those two crosses behind me, 3 crosses actually, a memorial for these missing firefighters. Back in Jacksonville, over at McCluney's fire station on the west side, Fire Station 31, everything still sits in his locker exactly as he left them 1 year ago. His district chief, Patrick Goen, says if you come back in 10 years, it will still be there, untouched. He says everyone at the station has dealt with McCluney's disappearance differently, some accepting it before others.
He brought joy to a lot of people's lives here, and you know, and his legacy will always live on. As long as there's fire trucks coming out of this fire station, you know, his name will be on the engine, and you know, he'll be talked about.
And so coming up tonight at 6, he talks about how McCluney would have handled the other challenges this year has brought, a lot of challenges like COVID-19. We'll have another live report here in Port Canaveral coming up on First Coast News at 5:30. You can see everyone getting ready to get into the water to paddle out to remember these two missing firefighters who disappeared 1 year ago this weekend. We're live tonight in Port Canaveral. Heather Crawford, First Coast News, on your side.